I'm pretty excited to do this Cardano video. I'm going to introduce some new charts in this video. I'm going to dig into just the short-term technical analysis with ADA, all the price movement that's happened in like the last 24 hours or so since that crypto capitulation move yesterday. I'm also going to look at just what's happening on chain fundamentals. I mentioned some new charts. I just first want to give you a little bit of a taste of that, and then we're going to really hop into this video. So hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Smash the like button for me, everybody, because your support truly goes such a long way as I do these videos. So this is a Bitcoin dominance chart. We're going to use this for extreme context in this video as it relates to ADA dominance and the power of Cardano fundamentals, what's happening right now. So that's the BTC dominance chart. We have the ADA BTC chart. We're going to sprinkle in some data in regards to this chart. And then we have the ADA dominance chart. And I've just plotted very simple visualization tools to help us kind of navigate through where we are in this cycle right now. So we're going to get to these charts. We're going to talk about ADA dominance and really something special that I think is happening with Cardano right now. This is just how I see things. That's all this is. And I've been doing this over the years, and I just want to throw these thoughts out there. So before we dive into that, before we dive into the short-term moves for ADA, even some short-term targets, I do just want to go over this tweet that I just sent this out. Here's one way to know Cardano is a good play for the next bull market cycle. In the middle of mass crypto capitulation, total value in ADA hit another all-time high, 642 million ADA, soon to be 1 billion. Just look at this chart. Early 2023 it was sitting around 200 million. We're now at 642 million. This is in a bearish environment, right? We're not in a bull market environment. This is the most just stagnant time of crypto cycles. ADA is doing this. Often, fundamentals like this are precursors to great things. And that's just, there's no guarantees. That's just the way that I see it. ADA whale, epic comment, because this is such a simple take. Once price is at 1/3 of previous all-time high, headlines will be full of Cardano hits billion-dollar total value locked. The rest of the story basically writes itself, so I won't need to spell it out. Think about this. Once price is at 1/3 of previous all-time high, let's just say once price is at around $1, headlines will be full of Cardano hits $1 billion total value locked. Because let's face it, in terms of ADA total value locked, it's going to be at $1 billion. I don't know exactly when, but it's getting there. It's on its way. If it's at $1 billion, if ADA is worth $1, that's $1 billion total value locked. And that is just the beginning. I wanted to start with that because we really are trying to gauge, at least I am, trying to gauge the strength of fundamentals in these crazy markets, in this crypto cycle. And this is what the cycle looks like on the ADA weekly. It's been a bear market, right? Right now we're in the winter phase. Right now, specifically in this kind of accumulation phase that crypto often finds itself in. We've done a lot of comparison of these two areas. We are right on track. This is probably the biggest reason I'm not overly concerned with the fact that ADA is down a lot. This is to be expected. And that's coming from me who says we really don't like to expect anything. We anticipate everything. But this really is just a picture perfect bear cycle for an altcoin. In this case, ADA. Now, let's pivot real quick. Let's talk about the move that ADA just went through. Just take a couple minutes, talk about what might be next for price movement, and then we're going to talk about the dominance of ADA. This is the falling channel that we were tracking for ADA. Just so brilliantly, ADA breaks the lower trend line and hits its target. And we got a nice support at the target for ADA. Notice it's these previous lows that we had back here in June 23, really just testing the bear market lows in general. This entire area, there's no guarantee it won't be broken and ADA falls lower. There's absolutely no guarantee in terms of that potentially happening. Even if you go to the weekly chart, just notice at this phase of the market cycle, last time ADA did go a little lower. There was such extreme pain here. So I'm always open to the idea something like that happens and we just ADA just keeps falling just a little bit. And that is okay with me. I hope it doesn't happen, but it is in play. Going back to the daily chart, we hit the target. We're bouncing. I think I mentioned in yesterday's video when talking about ADA, potential just revisit at the very least, a bounce to the lower trend line. I'm still waiting to see if that happens. More clear picture on the 6-hour chart. You can see it's very gradually and slowly started to play out for ADA. A really good thing that I like to do is just revisiting similar environments, meaning a crypto is falling, it capitulates and just hard bounce. What happens in those environments? We're always looking for just a new structure, a formation of structure. This is a 6-hour chart. This would be shorter term structure. It's exactly what happened after the SEC fall, all the way back here in the beginning of June, right? We saw capitulation, ADA bounced. You can actually even just see on the 6-hour, for illustration purposes, being pulled into this 20 moving average on the 6-hour. And we're just really looking for a similar thing. ADA just cooling off and forming structure, being pulled into the moving averages while being pulled into the lower trend line. That doesn't mean we're going to get an immediate similar move where we just trend up again, right? Although we would like to see this, a move back up, test 30 cents, maybe break back above 30 cents, because we go to the daily chart. What's up there? The key areas that we need to get above, higher highs and higher lows above. That is to say, the 50-day moving average around 30 cents in blue, the 20-day moving average around 29 cents in green. That's the story. That's the bear market story, just being under those two areas. Look at the bear market on the daily chart zoomed out. Just under those areas. We want bull market scenario where we're above those areas. So that's always kind of this first macro step to get that flip to bullish, is to get back above those moving averages. And right now, there's a ways to go for ADA, right? We have to make up all of this space that we just lost all the way back here from August 10th or so. We have to make all that back and get back above these moving averages. But it really will start with this structure that's forming right now. So what we can really do is just kind of see, and this is on the short term, and then we're going to pivot to ADA dominance. This is where things get really exciting. Real quick though, since it's such a large wick, I'm going to take the Fibonacci really from just the candle close and open to so far the swing high. We want to see if ADA can make it to that trend line, but the swing high right now, and I'm going to zoom in so we can really see this. This is where the structure that I'll be looking for might start forming. Maybe we go a little higher and this will move up a little bit. But for now, if ADA starts consolidating once again to the downside, 25.5 cents or so to the 786, we want to start seeing just some type of higher low from this swing low on this chart, right? So a higher low here, some type of formation starting to occur. Very small, very short term. If you're watching the charts though, that's what I'd be looking for, some type of structure. And all we can do is wait for that structure. Otherwise, the previous area of support is that really just this close and open of these candles back here. It is right around 25.5 cents for ADA. So let's go over Bitcoin dominance. So just to give you context, now we're really pivoting to, I think, the most exciting part of this video. So make sure you watch this part of the video, even if you're using timestamps and you're here. And please make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. So Bitcoin dominance really paints a really nice picture of crypto cycles. I mean, let's face it. We have such nice harmony in terms of these halvings, right? Every 4 years, we're approaching the next halving, and this is where we are. I have these red rectangles on a lot of my charts now, and I'm going to continue using them for visual guidance as we approach the next halving. So here we are. We're just entering this red box, and notice, this is the first thing I want to start with. Notice the weakening of Bitcoin dominance from today compared to the last cycle. This was the last cycle, just entering a similar time frame of the cycles where we are from a timeline perspective, entering the red box. Bitcoin dominance up here around 70%. Right now, as I do this video, Bitcoin dominance around 49% this part of the cycle. What does that say? Not to mention, if you just look back all the way back previous to the 2016 halving, guess what? Bitcoin dominance was around 90+%. So we go from 90+% through a halving, and then to the next cycle, we went to around 70% prior to the halving. And now here we are at the same time, and we are around 49%. What does that say? It just says that Bitcoin dominance is strong, right? It's around 50%. I'm not going to say it's not strong, but it's lessening. It's becoming less strong, less dominant. And this is a very fast growing space with a ton of value coming into the space. It's not like Bitcoin is going to just dominate for all of just the future innovations that happen in crypto. And I think that's what we're seeing play out here. Now, as it relates to ADA, let's look at this. This is Bitcoin dominance. Now let's look at ADA versus BTC through these cycles. Notice similar part, and this is just kind of very reflective of what we just saw in the Bitcoin dominance chart, similar chart. But ADA versus BTC, last cycle at this time frame right around here, right? Leading into this is the halving. We were ADA BTC all the way down here. Right now, with where we are, similar time frame leading into this halving, you can just see ADA is, let's just say right around here. ADA is, from ADA BTC pair perspective, 100+% higher than it was at this time last cycle. What does that say? It says ADA dominance is growing. And I think it's really notable, even in just what happened yesterday, crypto just absolutely just falling. It's notable that Bitcoin dominance didn't dominate, right? That's notable. But what's also notable is just look at this. This is a weekly. We can go to a daily chart. Look at the last couple of days for ADA. It's green on the ADA BTC pair. ADA going green in this capitulation environment. I should just re-echo that happening while total value locked in ADA is increasing. So mass fear in crypto and Cardano fundamentals, Cardano dominance doing its thing. Check out the actual ADA dominance chart now. So similar type of picture, everybody. We have ADA dominance right now around 90%, or not 90%, that would be pretty ridiculous, 0.9%, almost a percent. Notice the all-time highs. Think about this. In all of cryptos, like tens of thousands of cryptocurrencies, ADA in the last bull market was above 4% dominance of the entire market cap. 4%. So right now we're trending just below 1%. But again, I think what's so notable, look at the last cycle with where we were in this particular time of the last cycle. That is to say, we are quite higher, right? So if we look at how high, we can just kind of measure this once again, almost 100% higher than we were in that last cycle. So that last cycle was right around 0.5%, even lower than 0.5%, at one point hitting 0.4%. Right now we're trending at 0.9%. This time last cycle, we were around 0.48 or 0.5%, but even so, 0.9% now. And on this week of kind of mass fear that has happened specifically since yesterday, look at the green candle on this weekly ADA chart. I want to say, in terms of this ADA dominance chart, if you look at the last cycle, and this is something I would anticipate, it was choppy towards the bottom. It was sideways towards the bottom. It was testing these lows towards the bottom. That is to say, I think ADA could very well test even this low, 0.7 in the 0.7s, right? So ADA dominance, I'm not saying is completely bottomed out. We might have to test these lows again. However, I will say, though it might be choppy for some time, going into this next halving, I'm anticipating something very similar to what happened last time, maybe even more powerfully because of what's happening fundamentally with ADA. DeFi coming online, projects building, value coming online. We are in a whole new era in terms of ADA and the growth that is in store. And you can just see post-halving, ADA went pretty crazy, right? So post-halving, what is ADA going to do? How high could it potentially get in terms of dominance? It's something I'm watching, everybody. But these are extremely important data points in relation to Cardano. Obviously, we're always tracking price. We're always curious what's going to happen, when we're going to get back above 30, 50 cents, when we're going to get back above $1, right? But that's going to be a longer term story to get there, and that's okay. But we're in this very important, crucial time, and I think what's most important on the macro is how fundamentally strong ADA is now versus last cycle. Those are my thoughts, everybody. If you agree with my thoughts, let me know in the comments. And if you disagree with my thoughts, all good. Let me know in the comments as well. Again, if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe, hit that like button. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. It's Friday, and you have an amazing weekend in store for you. I will see you all in the next video. God bless.